So first things first, I want to thank everyone for subscribing, and to everyone new to the channel, welcome. I hope I can continue to entertain you into the future. I wanted to take this opportunity to be as transparent as possible, and explain what I've been up to and what I've got planned for the future. To start with 2020, COVID-19 kinda hit us out of nowhere, and has made several changes in my life. For one, I'm no longer working the full-time job that I was in the past, and I've gotten myself a new one that not only pays me better per hour, but also gives me more time to work on videos. I've had plenty of free time recently, which is why you've seen a little more content than I was posting before. I was posting about a video once every 2 months or so, and now I'm trying to keep up with at least 2 posts within a month. But I'm not going to blame this entirely off of not having free time, because if I was to be honest with you guys, I think I was making videos in a fairly poor manner. You see, I use that one philosophy of having short-term, long-term, and medium-term goals that you can achieve. And personally, I think I found myself looking far too hard on long-term goals. I was making videos that were, in theory, supposed to be 2 hours long. And what I found was I would lose interest, or I would start missing files, or stuff would get corrupted and the projects would just never get done. Some examples of that was I recorded and scripted out a whole 20-page script for a review on The Thing, that old PS2 and PC game. I've got literally hours worth of footage for Indivisible, and another like 28-page script for that. And I made a video for a smaller game called One Way Heroics. But what I would end up doing was I would get focused on those, and then something new would take my interest. So like Animal Crossing. I was almost done with One Way Heroics, and the Animal Crossing came out, and I was playing that, and it distracted me, and then I just never got it done. So what I've started doing is just taking projects one at a time. So like I've been working on videos one at a time. For example, Raccoon City was about a 2-week process of writing the script, recording all the audio for the script, getting the footage, and since I'd played it before, I didn't have to do a complete playthrough of it. Well, I did play a complete playthrough of it, but I kind of knew what I was doing, so it was a really fast recording period compared to most videos. You know, I'd played Zombie before, I knew a lot about Zombie, and I'm sort of just trying to tackle games that I already know things on, so that way we don't have any like lapses in time, which is what I wanted to partially talk about today. I'm going to be trying to make a video every 2 weeks at a minimum. Now, I can't promise you that every video is going to be 10 to 15 minute videos that I usually make. Some of these will probably be shorter, maybe just 3 minutes, even just 2 minutes, or they're going to be like easier to make how-to videos, sort of like the how to download Flash games. And I want to make sure I have just a steady line of content coming out to you for you guys. So what I'm going to do is take one project at a time, and if I find that it's taking too long to work on that project, then I'll do a shorter recommendation video. So for example, One Way Heroics is it's a pretty unknown game, so I can just put that out as a recommendation video instead of just nothing at all. And I think on top of that, it doesn't just have to be video games, because everything I've done so far is video games, or it's tech stuff on your computer that relates to video games. And in the past, I've thought about doing reviews for maybe shows or movies, stuff that I really like, and I decided I might take that on, just as like a recommendation or something. It's not going to be like a full-scale review. It's just if a project's taking too long, I'll make shorter recommendation videos for things that I think are unknown. Because there's a lot of like decent quality stuff out there that's unknown. Like, it might not be perfect, it might not even be like an 8 out of 10, but it's still like a solid 6.5 or 7. Stuff that's good, but definitely has its faults, and I think those things are worth taking time to look at. So I'm gonna be doing those as in-between filler stuff if I just don't have time. because the big thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to be focused primarily on making videos in a sort of serious format. So this isn't going to be everything coming out from now on. It's just going to be probably a bigger focus. I want to make, like, I'll tackle... This is just an example. I'm not actually going to do this. Maybe I'll do something like tackle like the Resident Evil franchise. I love Resident Evil games, and so maybe I'll do a series review of each one. Or maybe a review of a company, so like the history of a company, sort of like a documentary. But what I've already started the project. I'm making a sort of documentary on a company and the history of their games. I'm not gonna say who it is yet, but I am gonna say it relates to the Dreamcast, because I've recently got a Dreamcast, and as you know, it's really easy to burn stuff for that system. So it's really easy to get your hand on copies, and I'll let you guys know I'm working on a series for a company that revolves around the Dreamcast. Speaking of new tech, I am going to be I'm looking into purchasing a new PC, so that way we can actually play PC games, because I haven't been able to record anything off my PC in a while, because my laptop's kind of going to crap. It's 5 years old at this point, and it just, based off of all the stuff I've done to it over the years, it's just not as strong, and I notice it can't record things as well as it used to be able to. But yeah, so that's kind of a look at what I've been up to, what I plan to do for the future. We're going to, for now on the next upload, not from this one, we're going to be having uploads every 2 weeks instead of just me randomly spitting them out when I can. I want to keep some form of consistency for you guys, and I want you guys to be entertained on a more steady basis. Well, I want to thank you guys for listening to me, and thank you for subscribing to me. It means a lot to me, and hopefully we can keep this channel growing into the future. Thank you.